What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Godzilla vs Kong 2020. So we've got some official news about what really happened on the Godzilla vs Kong 2020 reshoot. And it also lets you into little plot points and the whole purpose of the reshoot. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos at the 100,000 subscriber mark. I will be giving away a really awesome prize. All you got to do is subscribe, share, notifications on. So late last year, Godzilla vs Kong required some reshoots, and everyone thought they were really changing everything to do with the movie. But we now have official information of what exactly was changed, if anything was changed at all. So little was known about the nature of the reshoots, and people in the Monsterverse universe, in the Monsterverse community, thought that it was going to change massively. And now we know exactly what happened. Thankfully, courtesy of THR, recently they sat down with the actress who will be playing a pinnacle part in this movie, Eiza González, who was also recently in Bloodshot. She was also in the run-in to play Catwoman. She got to the latter stages of the Catwoman role, but sadly didn't get it. So she had the following to say: yeah, everything's been done. These movies take a long time because there's a lot of CGI in them. But yeah, we've done everything, and they're just going through the creating these incredible characters. I'm just really excited to see it because it's these two worlds colliding. The fans based around Godzilla vs Kong is incredible. When I say I'm in the movie, people are like, oh my god. And seeing how excited they are to see the movie makes me really excited. I think they're going to be really happy. Adam is so talented. Both stories are going parallel, as you see, without giving anything away. It's a large cast as well, and it was really fun to be part of it. There's so much going on, but the heart of it is two young girls as well, which is such positivity message for society nowadays. It's just incredible. I'm presuming she's one of the main characters, one of the main girls, but it doesn't list what her character is actually called anywhere online that I could see. We did a few days of additional photography, which is quite standard for every single movie. They do schedule reshoots for additional scenes, additional photography, or to touch things up. It is pretty standard in every single movie in the world. But it wasn't crazy like every other film. We did a couple of days, and that was kind of it. When you do these massive big movies, there's always moments that you didn't see and you want to fill in. It was really basic stuff, nothing too critical, which is interesting because a lot of people online insinuated that because of a bad test screening, and this confirms there wasn't a bad test screening, they were saying essentially because of a bad test screening that they reshot most of the movie when they didn't do that at all. So that is pretty interesting. And also in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, she went on to talk about the heartbreak of how close she got to playing Selena Kyle in The Batwoman. She even got to camera test for the role, but she didn't get it, which she said it's heartbreaking, which is pretty sad, seeing as there has been multiple fan casting throughout the years of what she'd look like as Catwoman. So it would have been interesting to see if she could have been that. But sometimes people get casted in different roles for different things. She could play a pretty sick Poison Ivy if they are to add Poison Ivy later down the road. So looking forward to this movie. Everything is looking positive after the cryptic tweet or Instagram post from the director saying something went good today for Godzilla vs Kong. Then we got the reports of the test screening being very positive. Having speaking to a person that was in the test screening, they said it was very positive, which is interesting. As we know, at CinemaCon at the end of this month, that's now being cancelled and delayed indefinitely, there was supposed to be a first teaser trailer for this movie, as generally they do start advertising movies 6 months out. As we know, currently Warner Bros hasn't officially changed any of the release dates for any of their movies, except for Wonder Woman slightly may move a little bit. This movie's still scheduled for November, but seeing as there's no cinema in America or around the world open for the next 3 months, I can't see any new trailers coming out for anything. But if Warner Bros or any other movie studio had any common sense, they would reveal some teaser trailer to hype up the audience and to keep them engaged and to give them some positivity, to give them positive vibes, because realistically, I cannot see Kong vs. Godzilla or Godzilla vs. Kong being delayed, really, because it comes out in November, 6 months away. Even with what's going on in the world, I cannot see that movie being delayed because it's already been delayed twice, and it would make no sense for them to keep delaying it. But as we know, any movie coming out in the next 7 months is not actually scheduled anymore. As we know, Marvel Phase 4 is going to have to change the whole slate now because no MCU movie is in production. So that means the slate dates are going to have to change. The whole Hollywood is going to be moving. But no, I cannot see any studio releasing a movie straight to digital download or streaming service because they would lose so much money compared to releasing it in the cinema. So also, regarding this epic movie, is in the same interview that we've just been over, she said the heart of the story is about 2 young girls, which is interesting. Obviously, one of them will be Millie Bobby Brown character and her character, but it is interesting that a movie about, you know, Titans, Godzilla and Kong is going to be centered around 2 young girls, but the heart of it is about 2 young girls with such a positive message for society nowadays. It's just incredible. Now, what does this really mean? I'd love to know what you guys think down below. What does she mean by this? It is a pinnacle part of the movie. The heart of the story about the Kong versus Godzilla is centric around 2 young girls, of which we believe one of them is this new character that's been introduced. And it's really interesting. As we know, there was supposed to be a trailer at CinemaCon, rumoredly. Now it could be pushed onto San Diego Comic-Con. It's not officially been revealed, but it probably will be cancelled as well, as that does fall in July. I know it's only March, but July is coming pretty fast. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this movie. As we know, it's got Alexander Skarsgård in it, Millie Bobby Brown, Rebecca Hall, so many pretty decent actors in this movie, but realistically don't know anything about it. It's been like Warner Bros.' late synopsis has built it up around colliding worlds, colliding 2 worlds colliding, Kong versus 2 mad titans colliding, and then from an actress in the movie talking about the reshoot, it's talking about the heart of the story being about 2 young girls, because I'm a bit confused what could be happening with these 2 young girls. Do you know? Probably not. Seen as the biggest criticism on every MonsterVerse movie, Kong, Skull Island, King of the Monsters, the biggest criticism was not enough monsters, too much humans. And then this actress comes out and says the heart of the movie is about 2 young girls, when everyone going to watch this movie wants it to be about Kong and Godzilla ripping each other apart, and the other titans, King Ghidorah, maybe Mecha Godzilla, Mecha King Ghidorah, or we know there's going to be another titan in the mix. But the heart of the movie should be about the monsters, not about the humanity, not about the human connection. So with the positive test screenings, then we get this, the heart of it is about 2 humans. As we know, there's got to be humans in this movie, obviously. But to say it's about 2 young girls, not about Kong versus Godzilla ripping each other apart, and then realizing that someone else like Mecha Ghidorah or Mecha Godzilla or Mecha King Ghidorah or something like that is going to come into the mix, to say it's about 2 young girls, really, I think if this is the case, I can see a lot of people being annoyed with it, like they were with King of the Monsters. They were annoyed about too much humans, but apparently the runtime is under 2 hours, so maybe they could put it off. I just really think it's a bit weird how she's come out and said that it's about 2 young girls, not about Kong and Godzilla, because it's called Godzilla versus Kong. You know, it's not called 2 young girls and Godzilla versus Kong. So bit confused. Would love to know what you fellow MonsterVerse fans think about the actress's comments, because it is just a bit weird for me. I really hope there is enough monsters in this, because there really hasn't been enough monsters. Even in Kong Skull Island, Godzilla really wasn't in it enough, was he? No. So like always, I will keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest Godzilla vs Kong news, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.